Katie Hunter from MMA UK. I'm here with the Iceman, Chuck Liddell. Chuck, thank you so much for taking the time.
Well, thanks for having me.
We're here to talk about your new film, Cagefighter, When Worlds Collide. It's out on May 16th on Fight TV. People in the UK can order it from Fight TV at 7 p.m.
It's a one-night event. It's
One night only.
Yeah, and it'll be released later but yeah, this is a one-night event. It's like a pay-per-view event.
And everyone here is in lockdown, so everybody's sitting in, grab a takeaway, grab a bottle of wine, and watch Cagefighter Worlds Collide.
I think they're going to set it up. I'm going to do a Q&A afterwards, too, for the people watching. So it'll be a live one afterwards. So I'll be doing something live after the show.
Yeah, I think they're kind of setting it up in the format of a post-fight analysis show or something.
Yeah.
Awesome. So Alex Montanani is the star of the show, or the lead actor in the show. He's well known on the European circuit here for Cage Warriors and BAMMA, and now he's signed to Contenders. And you play his coach in the film. Tell me about your role.
Yeah, it was really cool because I was kind of playing a coach like I had. It's kind of like a father figure, and they're really close. The guys are really close, have real close relationship, and the coach really cares about his fighter, and yeah, it was kind of nice. It's just like for me to go out there and play. I got to play John. I didn't get to be as crazy as John can be, but I don't know if you know my trainer John Ackerman. He's a funny dude, man. He's funny. But I got to kind of channel him doing this part.
You had inspiration to draw from there.
Yeah. So that was it was fun to do, and I'm kind of bummed that I was actually Alex was fighting for Contenders title
out in Florida.
In Florida, and I was going to go out and watch him. So we became friends. I really was excited to see him fight, and kind of this whole thing kind of obviously threw that off. But hopefully it'll happen again sometime.
Yeah, hopefully it will be rebooked. I know Contenders have got big plans for that show. He told me that you two trained off camera. What do you think of his skills?
Oh, well, I wanted to see him fight. It's one of those things. We didn't get to spar. We didn't do train that way. So he looked good. So I was excited to see what he could do.
And he actually only moved up from welterweight in his last fight to middleweight, and now he's moving up to light heavyweight. So it's interesting to see the change in his physique as well.
Yeah, well, yeah, you got to. People, as they go through their careers, a lot of guys start moving up just to get tired of cutting the weight too.
And more films are made about the bigger guys as well. You've done a lot of acting now, and the director, Jesse Quinones, and Alex as well had loads of good things to say about your acting skills. Did you find it easy to transition into acting?
Well, I've been doing little bits and pieces for a long time. I didn't have the time because I was fighting for a long time not to really get into it. But, it's one of those things for me. I feel like if I'm going to do something, I want to be good at it. And it's like anything else. It's not as easy as it looks.
Yeah.
I always remember when I first started doing I was doing kickboxing and doing fights, and we do interviews on TBS, and my friends would make fun of my interviews. And then we did a fight a local fight in San Luis Obispo, and I got some of my fighters are on it, so I got them on the local news, and they got interviews. And then they get asked a question, they go, well, not that easy, is it? But it's anything, interviewing is a skill too. Like when I was first started, actually the UFC was telling me right before I fought Tito the first time, they were telling me, hey, you've got to do better on your interviews. You're just not. And they kept saying to do better on them, but they didn't tell you how.
Yeah.
So I actually got it. I paid a girl as my manager's sister to be an interview coach. And she worked with me 2 days, taught me how to do interviews. Because back then, remember, it was the beginning of the sport. So, like, we go into a radio interview, and these guys don't even know who we are. They don't know who we are. They don't know what MMA is. For the most part, there's a few guys who did, but we go into any bigger shows, and they didn't read their one sheet even. They don't know anything about it.
Yeah.
And if you go in there, they come in and they ask the same questions. Like I wrote down, she told me to write down the 10 most common questions I get. I wrote out 10 questions. She crossed them all out. That's 3. They're asking you 3 questions. There's only 3 questions in those 10 questions. And they're all very basic. And none of those questions have depth. So she said, what you do is when they ask you any of these questions, say yes or no, and then talk about what you want to talk about for about a minute and a half. And if they're any good at all, they will take from whatever you talked about in that minute and a half, and they'll fill out the rest of the show. And what I found was you do that, you make them look good, they make you look good, and they want you back again. Because you made a fun show, it's cool, and it makes it easy for them. You're making it because if they're good, the guys that are on good whatever you call them, stations or whatever, the good stations, the good time zone, they're good. They're good at being funny, but they just need to know what to talk about. And back then, now unless they've been living under a rock, they know what MMA is now.
Yeah.
But back then, they're like, is it WWE? Like, no, it's not pro wrestling. It's nothing like it.
It's so true, though. You really see people develop in front of the camera as well as in the cage over the course of their career and become more comfortable and become better at speaking to people. And like you say, it's probably just, getting more comfortable with those questions.
Well, the thing is, it's just, and it's not even just getting comfortable with it, but it's just knowing how to handle the interview, knowing what, and then ways to say things. There's a lot of different things that she said that made sense. And it helped me out. But it at some point, some people take it to it naturally. Some guys are just, the trash talking guys love to do that. They have their own thing that they've come up with, and they're doing their own thing. But a lot of guys, they need help. They need coaching. And it's a good thing. Funny thing was after that, I remember telling Dana, "Oh man," he was like, "Hey, man, you did really good. You're doing good." Like, what happened? Like, I hired an interview coach, and then I found out they were hiring interview coaches for some of the other guys later down the road. So it's pretty funny.
It obviously was good advice.
Yeah.
Do you think they could ever make a film about your life? And if they did, who would play a young Chuck Liddell?
Oh man, who would pay? That I don't know. Who you tell me? Well, who'd be good for me? Tell me.
It's got to be somebody handsome.
They did my life be interesting, but what?
It's got to be somebody handsome.
Thank you.
Yeah, no, maybe Tom Hardy. He's already played a cage fighter, though. You need somebody new and fresh. This film in particular is about the crossover of a pro wrestler coming into the MMA world and having an MMA fight. Would you ever consider a crossover fighting in WWE, for example?
Oh, of course, I'd consider it, and I'd love to do one of the promotional matches, or like a guest appearance kind of thing here or there, or even I wouldn't even mind doing a regular repeat, reoccurring character in there, but
I feel like the Iceman would be so cool in WWE.
Yeah, for me, I'm at this point in my life and where I'm at, I don't want to do the grind that those guys are doing, because those guys, the guys that really do it, I mean, they're doing, 7 out of 10 days they're working, they're traveling. I was hearing talking to guys that get in a car, drive to the next place, take a nap, all night, take a nap, eat something, work out, go out and go and do the perform. they take a nap and get back in a car and driving somewhere. And then the next show, that's dedication. And those guys are studs. I mean, that's another thing too. Like people don't look. It's not fighting. It's not. Ronda Rousey's having that stuff where people give her a hard time about what she's saying. I mean, I get the fans not, but it's just they're being fans. Like, they don't want to hear their people saying that about. But they're apples and oranges. Like what they do is very hard.
Yeah, it's
very impressive. And I'm sure plenty of them can fight. I'm sure plenty of them can't. But they're good athletes and they're big and they're strong and coordinated. They do. I mean, I've seen because I've been to a couple of them live, and there's some impressive. There's some big boys doing some impressive stuff.
Yeah.
So, but they're not. Besides, some fighters get insulted when you're compared.
It certainly takes a toll on their bodies for sure, and I know that you're recovering from neck surgery as well, aren't you? So.
Oh yeah. I was blessed, man. I as far as injuries go, I mean, I had my nicks and knacks all through my career, but nothing really major. And my knee surgery, I finally had knee surgery, and I finally had neck surgery. It's all wear and tear. It wasn't like one incident that caused this or one incident. It's all. I mean, it just wore out. I mean, you can only beat it up so much. And I'm thinking back, I was always like one of those guys, like you couldn't get me in a guillotine because I'd muscle out of it with my neck. And, maybe I shouldn't have muscled out of it so many times. Maybe I should have been a little more technical back in it, but, I didn't want to get caught.
Yeah. So the reason this fight is coming out on Fight TV here rather than in cinemas is because of the whole COVID-19 situation and the fact that
they're doing a one-time pay-per-view. So I'm trying to tell people that this isn't like you all watch the other night. If you want to see it,
May 16th, only chance.
And we'll do live. There's going to be a live. I'm going to be live via phone or computer or whatever it is.
But the reason there's not like a red carpet premiere of it in a cinema is because of the COVID-19 situation and the fact that everybody's in lockdown, so you guys can't get out and promote it that way. Are you in lockdown where you are in California?
Technically, yes.
Right.
We still get out. I go for hikes and in our neighborhood and stuff. It is what it is. I mean, I'm down south actually from where I live right now because we had to help my wife's mom with some stuff and movements and stuff.
So what's your top tip for staying sane in lockdown?
Staying sane. Hey, mine's working out. I mean, lucky for me, I got bags hanging in the garage, and that's always kept me sane.
Yeah.
I need, that keeps me get laid out on the bag. But if you want to stay in shape, just get creative. That's it. Have some fun at home.
Yeah, I've seen a lot of people doing body weight workouts and stuff as well. You don't need a whole heap of equipment. But one of the ways that I'm passing the time is watching the old seasons of Tough, starting at the beginning where you were coaching with Randy Couture. Wow. I couldn't find it on Fight Pass. I had to go and dig all the old DVDs out of my loft. I heard Ariel tell you yesterday that it was the 15th anniversary of you winning the light heavyweight belt from Randy in the rematch. Like, that must be fantastic memories.
Oh yeah, and I was just laughing because I'm still driving the H2. I still have that H2 that I got from that.
Do you?
Because I just couldn't get rid of it. I've actually got it back on. I had it like non-operating, really just parked in the thing, but I just got it back on the road again. But I don't know. I haven't had the heart to sell it.
That's really cool. And is that your career highlight, winning the UFC belt for the first time? or is it
I mean,
BET
I
show?
tell everybody there's a lot of great memories, great times, great stuff. If you had to put a gun to my head and pick one, that would be it. That night, that was avenging the loss, getting my title for the first time, culminating. I won the season and then the title, and it was the biggest pay-per-view they'd had to date.
Yeah.
And I hit my pay-per-view bonus.
Well, that entire season of Tough is kind of credited for turning around the fortunes of the UFC, isn't it? So many people tuned in, and then that fight between Forrest Griffin and Stephen Bonner on the finale night
You
was
couldn't
just
have asked for a better fight. Yeah, I mean,
absolutely sensational.
yeah. I mean, you couldn't have written in, if it was a movie, you couldn't have written in a better fight.
No. And what are your top memories from coaching, like both seasons of The Ultimate Fighter?
Well, top memories, my guys winning.
Yeah.
But I think I learned a lot in the first season as a coach. Because I was showing guys like Forrest, I'd show him some things, and like he wouldn't, like it wasn't working for him. So I'm like, okay, wait a minute, this works for me every time. What am I not telling him? What am I doing that I'm not telling him to do?
Yeah.
So I was able to really figure out what I was doing different, what little extra things that I would do to make it work. So
yeah.
It was a good learning experience for me too.
I feel like we really saw you grow as coaches over that period as well.
Yeah, for me, because up until then, I didn't coach too many people. Like I'd help out a little bit, but I mean, more like learn. I'd help you by doing and watching me, or because I was go out. I was fighting. I was the fighter. I was fighting all the time. But that time I had to actually. These guys expect me to be a coach. You brought me on to be a coach. I need to help these guys. And but like it was also like, when you're working with people that aren't really good yet, you're trying to teach them and they don't get it. Okay, maybe they're not getting it. Just let it go.
Yeah.
Someone like Forrest, this guy's a good guy, and I show him this and it's not working for him. I must be not showing him something. And there must be something. I need to learn how to teach this better. It works for me, so it should work for him. And it did, and it did.
That's amazing that you thought like that. And just the one thing that struck me after watching it back after so long since I last saw it was the change in level of people, even, as tough contestants between that first season and now. Anybody looking to break into the UFC now is pretty much polished already. Whereas some of the guys from that season looks, quite out of their depth and just even surprised they had to make weight. And
yeah, and then they weren't in the condition. They were like, as far as their conditioning went, I was like, really? Like I haven't got like a couple of the circuits we put them through. That like I go through this 5 times. Like you guys have gone through twice and you're dying, so I'm like, okay, we're filming, so I don't want to kill these. I can't kill these guys. And when we started that show, we had what, 60 straight days. At that time, the show filmed for 60 days. Now it's like 35 or something smaller.
Yeah.
And they wanted us to work them out twice a day, 2 times a day, every day. So, and fight in the middle of that, and do these weird challenges, which are kind of cool. Actually, I think they're kind of cool, but they're fun. The challenges are fun to watch. Probably because I wasn't doing them, just watching and laughing at the guys.
Yeah.
But,
being carried in the throne.
But I mean, it was it was I don't know. It was really cool. So.
How do you think you would have got on living in the house with some of those guys?
No, look, I tell people that all the time too. These guys act crazy because it's worse than prison.
Yeah.
You don't have as many rights as prisoners in there. You're living with a bunch of guys you got to fight. You don't have the same rights as I mean, you got no TV, no radio. You got some games. You got and then they're messing with you. They were messing with them. Like the guys that asked for bananas. There's 12 of them. Yeah, they'd send 5 bananas.
Yeah, and leave them to fight over them.
Yeah, I mean, but they do things purposely to mess with the guys. They're messing with these guys all the time. And then like they go in the back, they do those confessionals, and then they talk to somebody, and they go, and they'll take something out of context and say, "Hey, he said this about you. What do you think about him?"
Yeah.
No, he didn't say it. No, here, show you. He said this. No, to show you. Look, this. I mean, they were messing with these guys hard. It was real. It was fun. It was an interesting difference. Like they were, reality world meets fight world.
Yeah.
Reality TV world meets fight world, and the conflicts between them and us was interesting. Because, and that's the thing. I mean, at the time, I remember one time I told the second AD, I told her, she came screaming at me. I don't know who you think you're talking to, but if you want to, I mean, I'm doing, well, I'll tell the whole story, I guess. Kenny Florian was supposed to fight one of the pre-fights, and this is a fight that's going to be filmed and aired when the show airs, right?
Yeah.
So no rush to get out there. They have they had a guy taping the hands, right? And he didn't show up. He was late. And so I'm like, well, I'll tape him. And they said, no, you got to wait for that guy. They wouldn't let me do it. So, okay. So he gets there, and Kenny Florian just got his hands taped. This guy comes out and goes, you got, he's got 5 minutes to be out in the cage. I'm like, he's going to take about, I'm ready in about 15, 20 minutes.
Yeah, needs to warm up.
He's got wraps. He's going to get warm up. He goes, you need to get him on 4 now. I got up. I'm all, what the F did you just say? And he ran off and got Andrea, she comes back in screaming at me. I'm like, hey, look here. And I said probably something I should have said. But look here. If you don't, you hired me to protect these guys. I'm gonna protect them like they're my own.
Yeah.
He'll go out there as soon as he's good and ready. It's your guys' fault that he's not taped and ready to go because your guy wasn't here. He'll go out there when he's ready. If you don't like it, ask them who they want to fire, me or you.
What did she say?
And she just went off, and then me and her clashed for a while, but I like her. She got it. She's trying to make a show. She's trying to make something the way she wants it, and she runs things the way they run them. I told her later, I said, look, you hired me to do a show. I will do the show how you want as best I can.
Yeah.
But I'm first and foremost, I'm these guys' coach. So I'm going to protect, and they're fighting. They're not, this isn't some other game. They're fighting. So
yeah.
I'm going to train them the way they need to train for a fight. So.
But I'm sure Kenny was very appreciative.
Yeah, me and her, we got along. So we got it. I mean, they laughed when I came to the second season, and they're like, "Yeah, you still hold the record for most broken rules."
That's something to be proud of.
Well, I mean, I think all the ones I've broken there, for me, were like, I'm like, look, this isn't. They didn't make sense, and they're just trying, and these guys are fighting. You ain't messing with them that much. It's like, nobody works 60 straight days. Works out 60 straight days, like hard, twice a day, 2 days, and has to fight in the middle of it. Make weight. No, not gonna happen. Sorry. Yeah,
Crazy.
But it was fun. I'm glad I was there for the first season. It was a lot. It was a good time.
Well, I do credit that as well for turning around the fortunes of the UFC, and I was lucky enough to meet Forrest Griffin last year and tell him, like, thank you for that fight, because that could be the reason that I'm at this event tonight, because you turned it around and you were a massive part of that show, Chuck.
Oh, thanks. Yeah, I got to get going. I'm running.
Okay.
Sorry.
I'll wrap up really quick then. I just wanted to say that thank you so much for doing this. 100% you're on my Mount Rushmore of MMA fighters. It's an honor and a privilege to interview a legend like yourself, and I wish you all the best with the film. As you said, it's one night only, May 16th. It's a Saturday. Nobody's got anything else they can be doing, so grab a takeaway, grab a bottle of wine. We'll put the link under this interview and watch Chuck Liddell as Alex's coach in Cagefighter Worlds Collide. Thank you so much, Chuck.
Thank you very much. Thanks for having me.
Appreciate your time. Thank you.